I'm Trever Sharon. I am the Director of Content here at Mayfield Counseling Centers, and today we're talking about the body scan.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I am a therapist here at Mayfield Counseling Centers. I really like using body scan in sessions with clients. I think sometimes it can help us become aware of sensations that are in our bodies that we might not be aware of. Also, we can kind of hold emotions in different parts of our bodies. So it can kind of unlock or maybe cue us into some kind of emotion that's going on.
Which ties in really nicely to one of the other collective videos that you've done, Lauren, on the war within.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think another aspect of the body scan that I really appreciate is that a lot of the times we hold tension in our bodies and we don't recognize it until we allow ourselves space and time to pay attention to our bodies, which we don't do often.
Yeah.
And so by taking time to be investigative, to be curious, to observe what's happening within our bodies, it allows us an opportunity to release some of that tension. Because, you know, if we have another video called the progressive muscle relaxation, and that one's all focused on creating tension and releasing it. And sometimes if we just highlight the tension that's already there. So, do you have tension in your shoulders right now? Probably.
I was going to say, I'm already noticing it just kind of talking about this.
Yeah. So. And there's this automatic desire to like adjust.
Yeah.
And that is kind of what the body scan, I think, can bring out sometimes is just like, oh, yeah, I do feel a lot there. And yeah, that's probably, now that I've adjusted, now that that tension doesn't feel as present or as intense, the rest of me as a person holistically feels a little bit more relaxed too.
Right. Yeah.
And so I think sometimes body scan is great for anxiety, but as you know, there are some times when it's really unhelpful with anxiety. Can you give a couple examples of when body scan may not be appropriate?
Yeah. I think I love what you're talking about, kind of this like mindful awareness of just like where we are and kind of cueing us into that. And I think sometimes kind of like with breath work, sometimes it can feel kind of counterproductive when we're very focused on what's going on in our bodies. So sometimes I think if you're feeling super duper anxious or if there's, sometimes with eating disorders, body scan might not be super helpful right off the bat. You might want to work on more of like a grounding technique where it kind of connects you more with your environment. If being super connected to your body, maybe even due to trauma, is very triggering for you.
Yeah. So in other words, we wouldn't recommend body scan on your own outside of, context.
Yeah.
If a lot of what you're struggling with right now is internal with your body already. So if that's traumatic injury, or if that's eating disorders, or just anxiousness about health, or things like that, probably not going to be helpful. It could actually increase the anxiety. So if that feels true, I would encourage you to take a moment and really think about whether or not this feels like a helpful practice to you. And if you're really not sure, if you're kind of on the fence, reach out to a therapist or your therapist if you're in counseling and using the collective between sessions, because that doesn't mean that this is off limits, right? We still want you to be able to engage with practices that are helpful to you, but it may take some additional structure, maybe another person in the room with you to be able to make this a helpful practice, or even just to see if it's going to be. So that little caveat, little warning of this isn't, perfect for everyone. Sometimes this is counterproductive.
Yeah.
So if you scroll up, which you probably have on the collective, you will see the body scan that Lauren and I are about to record. We've separated them so that you're able to listen to the description and then go to the body scan, but you don't have to listen to the explanation every single time you do the body scan.
Sounds great.
Okay, let's dive in.
Awesome.